I want to ask you something, and I want you to be honest. Not with me, just with yourself. Is there a number you've been avoiding? A total you haven't added up because you're not sure you're ready to see it? Maybe it's the sum of everything you owe. Maybe it's the interest you're paying every month without really registering it. Maybe it's just one card you keep meaning to deal with and haven't. This episode is for you, not for the person who has it figured out. For the person who is tired of carrying this weight and is ready, maybe for the first time, to actually start moving. By the end of this, you will understand exactly how to attack your debt. And more importantly, you'll feel ready to start today, not next month, today. Here's the thing about debt that nobody says out loud. It's not just a financial weight, it's an emotional one. There is a specific kind of low-level dread that comes with having debt, a background noise that follows you around. You're not thinking about it constantly, but it's always there. In the back of your mind when you're out for dinner, when you're buying something small and you feel a flicker of guilt, when you open your banking app and look away before the numbers fully load. That avoidance is not weakness. It's a completely human response to something that feels overwhelming. But here's what avoidance actually does. It keeps the debt exactly where it is, and it keeps the dread exactly where it is. Nothing improves while you're not looking at it. So the first act of this episode, before we talk about a single method or a single number, is this. I want you to let yourself look, not to feel bad, not to punish yourself, just to see it clearly. Because clarity is where the weight starts to lift. Here is something concrete to hold on to, because sometimes the most motivating thing is a number. If you have $5,000 on a credit card at 22% interest and you only make the minimum payment every month, you will be paying that card for over 15 years. And you will pay nearly $6,800 in interest on top of the original $5,000. $5,000
becomes $11,800.
by waiting. The cost of avoidance is not zero. Every month you don't act, interest compounds quietly. Not attacking your debt is not neutral. It is expensive. I want that number to land, not to scare you, to motivate you. Because the reverse is also true. Every month you do act, even with a small extra payment, you save interest. You shorten your timeline. You reduce the weight. $50 extra a month on that same $5,000 card cuts the repayment time from 15 years to under 4. You save over $5,000 in interest. $50. 4 years earlier, $5,000 saved. That is what starting today is worth. Before we look at the two methods, here is the one rule that both methods share. And it is the most important thing in this episode. Pay the minimum on every debt, every month, without exception. Not because minimums clear your debt. They won't. But because missing minimums adds fees, damages your credit score, and adds to the total you owe. Minimums protect your foundation while you build your attack. On top of minimums, you choose one debt to target with every extra pound or dollar you can find. That target gets everything. Everything else gets the minimum. The moment that target is cleared, you roll its payment into the next one. That mechanism, rolling payments forward, is called debt stacking. It is how both methods work. The difference is only in how you choose the target. Two methods. Let's go through them quickly and clearly. Then I'm going to help you pick yours. The debt avalanche. You order your debts from highest interest rate to lowest. All extra money goes to the highest rate debt first, regardless of its size. Why? Because the highest interest rate debt is the most expensive debt you own. It costs you the most every single day you carry it. Eliminating it first saves you the maximum amount of money over time. The avalanche is the mathematically optimal method. If you run the numbers, it will always produce the lowest total interest paid and the fastest overall debt freedom, assuming you stick to it. That last bit is important. We'll come back to it in a moment. The debt snowball. You order your debts from smallest balance to largest, ignoring interest rates completely. All extra money goes to the smallest debt first. Why? Because paying off a debt, any debt, feels like a win, and wins create momentum. The snowball produces a clear debt faster than the avalanche. That first victory comes sooner. For many people, that win is what keeps them in the game. The snowball costs more in total interest than the avalanche. But research from the Harvard Business Review found that snowball users were significantly more likely to fully clear their debt because motivation matters as much as maths. The best debt method is the one you do not abandon. Here's how to choose. And I want you to answer this honestly because the right answer is entirely personal. Have you tried to pay off debt before and lost motivation before you finish? If yes, snowball. Full stop. Your psychology needs the win more than your wallet needs the savings right now. The method you finish is worth infinitely more than the method you abandon. Do you have one debt with a dramatically higher interest rate than everything else? A 28% credit card sitting next to a 6% student loan? If yes, avalanche. That interest rate gap is too expensive to ignore. The maths gap is so large it overrides the motivation argument. Are you genuinely unsure which one fits? Start with snowball. Get your first win, build the habit. You can always switch once you have momentum. 3 people, 3 different debt situations. What they all share is that they started and what happened when they did. First, Kezia, 26, nurse. 4 debts total
A $14,000 student loan.
8 months. The day she added it all up and chose her first snowball target, a $900 store card. She described it as the first time she'd felt in control of her money in 2 years. She cleared that first card in 11 weeks. The dread did not disappear overnight, but it started to lift the moment she had a target. Then Marcus, 29, graphic designer. 2 debts, a $900 credit card at 31% and a $14,000 student loan at 5%. He knew the snowball logic, but the numbers told a different story. That credit card at 31% was costing him $23 a month in interest on a $900 balance. He chose Avalanche, cleared the card in 6 months, and redirected the full payment to the student loan. He saved $890 in interest versus the snowball route. But the number that stayed with him wasn't the $890. It was realizing the card would have cost
Him $1,400.
years of minimum payments. That realization was what made starting feel urgent, not optional. And Jade, 31, freelance photographer. 6 debts, hadn't opened her debt statements in 4 months. The overwhelm felt like a wall she couldn't see over. Her turning point wasn't a method. It was sitting down one Sunday afternoon with a piece of paper and writing down every debt, name, balance, rate, all 6. For the first time, all in one place. She described that list as the scariest and most relieving thing I've done with money. She chose the hybrid, cleared her highest rate card first, then switched to snowball order. 18 months later, 3 debts are gone. She opens her banking app every payday without flinching. The list was the beginning of everything. Here's what I want you to do after this video. Not this weekend. After this video, get a piece of paper, eso once, or open a notes app, or use the template I'm linking below, and write down every single debt you have. Name of the debt, current balance, interest rate, minimum payment, all of them, in one place. That list is your attack plan, not because it tells you what to do next, it does, but because it ends the avoidance. You cannot target what you cannot see. Writing that list is the single most important financial act you can take today. Not opening a savings account, not reading another article, the list. Once you have it, use the 2 questions from earlier to choose your method. Mark your first target and commit 1 extra payment to it this pay cycle. Even if it's small, even if it's $10, the attack starts now. Here is what your attack plan looks like in practice. Step 1, write the list, every debt. 1 page. Step 2, choose your method. Avalanche if you have a high rate outlier debt. Snowball if you need the motivation win. Hybrid if you have both. Step 3, mark your first target. 1 debt. The attack starts there. Step 4, find one extra payment, even $10, even $20, and commit it to your target this pay cycle. Step 5, automate the minimum payments on every other debt so they never get missed. That's the whole plan. 5 steps. You can do all 5 before you go to sleep tonight. Your challenge is the simplest one I've given you in this series. Write the list. That's it. Not choose the perfect method. Not calculate your payoff timeline. Not read 3 more articles about debt.
Write the list.
Because everything else, the method, the momentum, the motivation, follows from seeing your debt clearly for the first time. You cannot fight what you can't see.
Comment the word debt below, and I'll send you the debt attack planner. It includes a guided list template, the 2-question method selector, and a simple payoff timeline.
Start with the list. I know what some of you are about to say. Chloe, I can barely make my minimum payments right now. This doesn't apply to me. First, if you are making your minimums, you are doing the right thing. The minimum is not failure. It is survival, and survival is the foundation everything else is built on. Second, go back and watch episode 5. The lifestyle leak audit. Most people who believe they have nothing extra find $30 to $60 a month they didn't know they had. That's enough to change a debt trajectory. And third, even if you genuinely have no extra money right now, write the list anyway. Know your number, know your target, so that when a birthday gift comes in, when a small freelance job pays, when your tax refund lands, you know exactly where it goes. No decision required in the moment. The plan is already made. Motivation doesn't require money. It requires clarity. And clarity starts with the list. I want to come back to something I asked at the beginning. Is there a number you've been avoiding? Because I had one. For a long time, I knew roughly what I owed, but I had never sat down and added it all up. Because adding it all up made it real in a way I wasn't ready for. The day I finally wrote the list, I remember exactly where I was, what I was wearing. I cried a little bit. Not because the number was so terrible, it wasn't. But because I'd been carrying the weight of the not knowing for so long, and finally putting a number to it was both scarier and more manageable than the fog had been. The fog is worse than the number, always. Once I could see it, I could plan. And once I had a plan, even a small one, even just the first target, the dread started to quiet, not gone, but quieter. That is what I want for you. Not a perfect system, just the list, just a target, just one extra payment. The rest will follow. Okay. Loud budgeting moment, because we need one after all of that. Someone suggested a very spontaneous, very expensive weekend away. And I said, genuinely, without rehearsing it, I'm on a debt attack right now. So that's not where my money lives this month. A debt attack. They looked at me like I'd announced I was training for a triathlon. And honestly, I felt the same energy. I have a target. I have a method. I have a timeline. I know exactly which debt is being eliminated and when. That clarity, knowing what your money is doing and why, changes how you feel about money entirely. It stops feeling like something that happens to you and starts feeling like something you're in charge of. Comment debt for the debt attack planner template link. Go back to episode 5 for the lifestyle leak audit if you haven't. That's where your extra payment money comes from. I'm Chloe. Write the list. Pick your target. Start today. Keep figuring it out. See you next week.